you're like more than a teacher to me at this point. You're someone that I would go talk to. You are someone who drove me into town because I broke my phone and I went to get a new one. And knowing that I could ask you and I could have gone to you for help outside of the classroom and outside of like the academic environment was like special. I'm Brynn. I am a 9th grader from New York City, and I'm a boarding student here. And I've been involved in a lot of different things, dancing, musicals, and I am a member of Miss Lynd's advisory.
I'm Miss Lynd, Lynd. This is my first year at KUA, but for me it's been a move back home. I grew up in this area in Plainfield specifically, so it's been good to be back. I teach math and work with the cross-country teams and the outing club, and I get to advise and teach Brynn.
How has it been like being a new teacher?
Well, one thing I really liked about this fall was starting out on the new student camping trip with the entire 9th grade because it was a lot of new faculty on the camping trip and then all new 9th graders. That really threw all us new people in together to get to know each other. That I think will always be a really good memory for me.
It was nice too, like being from New York. I'm never gonna go on a camping trip as like my first day of school. Like letting go for a little bit and getting to actually get to know people who, you know, you're gonna spend the next 4 years with. Like that's something that's special.
And you hiked a mountain.
And I hiked a mountain. Yeah. That was an experience I will never forget. I think as soon as we got back from the camping trip, I just realized like how many people I actually had gotten to know already. And then it was really easy for me to sort of associate with different people and just feel comfortable. You live in a tent with someone for 2 days and that's basically as close as you get. You were the first faculty I met on campus. When I walked into geometry, I was like, oh my god, what am I doing? And then you walked in and you were like, hi guys, we're just gonna do some introductions and a fun game today. And I was like, I think we're gonna be okay. I think it was anagrams, like the name little
Do you remember
poems.
any of your letters?
I remember I wrote nice as one of the ends in my name.
I remember mine was nature.
Nature, wow, I'm so surprised.
Yeah.
That class, honestly, as much as I am not a math person, like I looked forward to going to your class. It was the people in that class who I got to know more and the projects. You know, there was math always involved in them, but it didn't feel like you had to be like the best at math to understand what was going on.
I think something that informs my teaching big time is that, I mean, even though I've been a math teacher for quite some time now, I was also not a math person in high school or elementary school.
How does that work?
I mean, I always did well in math, but it was never where I felt most comfortable. And so I think one thing I really try to do is to help my students feel comfortable in the classroom and feel like they've got this, right? Because they do.
Yeah.
Like you did great. You know, you did some great things this fall.
I remember you said, it doesn't matter how much math skill you have before, we're all going to try and get on the same page and I'm going to meet you where you're at right now. And that stuck with me the whole time because I was like, no one has ever given me that type of support. It was okay to not know as much as like the person sitting next to me. So like that, I don't know, I was really grateful for that.
Yeah, I mean, I think that's really important in a boarding school in particular, and especially I think it's something that we pride ourselves in here at KUA, just with the small group atmosphere of our classes. As I see it, there's really no other way forward than to meet people where they're at. Let me change subjects a little bit, Brynn, and put you on the spot. So you are someone who likes to try new things, and you've really taken a deep dive into the musical.
You know, I've never really had a chance to be involved in like a big production like that. Getting here and saying like, hey, we're not judging you, you can try whatever you want. It's like, wow, you know, I don't have to play a sport for everyone to, you know, still think that I'm like an important part of the community. At my old school it was very like sports centric, but here I'm doing the musical and I know that when we have our opening night, like a ton of people are going to show up.
Yeah, I can't wait to see
the
show.
Same. I want to see how it turns out.
If you had to say like what's one thing, the thing that's maybe surprised you the most about who you are and what you've experienced over the past couple of months here, what's the thing that's sort of really surprised you?
Honestly, how excited I've been to go to my classes. I was put in a lot of effort at school, but I'd never really felt that like actual like passion, like I always wanted to be there. And here, like some of my classes are like the highlight of my week. I woke up this morning, I was like, oh my gosh, I'm excited for Spanish class. That's gonna be so much fun. What about you? Like what's been
Well, I mean,
surprising.
building off of what you just said, you form these relationships with students as an advisor, as a coach, as a teacher, and so you just want to be even more involved, right? I really want to go see the musical, and so I think that's great. I think we're a community here, we're all in it together, and I guess that level of buy-in and engagement is something that surprised me. And happened pretty quickly within just being
the
here.
community
only less than a year.
involvement, like you can't get that everywhere, and it's nice to realize how connected we are to like the environment and our surroundings here.
Yeah, I agree. Thanks, guys.